Hi, I'm Mark. This is my May review for Pisces Sun sign and Pisces rising. This month we have 3 planets retrograde, we have first eclipse of the year, and we have a couple of tricky aspects that we need to overcome. First of all, we have Pluto retrograde in your 11th house to start the month. Now, when a planet's retrograde, the energy turns inward, but we can still work with this energy, we can still use it well. And the lessons to be learned with Pluto retrograde in the 11th house is to appreciate and to influence people in a constructive manner, and also to be of service. So we can work with that. Also on the 1st we have the Black Moon Lilith and Venus come together in your 3rd house. Now these two work well together, they're like twins. This is probably the best aspect that the Black Moon Lilith can have. In the 3rd house with these two, it's time to re-evaluate your life and to see what you really desire now and make the appropriate changes. It's also good for communications and for talking with people, networking with people, and this will allow you to open up opportunities by bringing new people into your life. On the 2nd we have the first of our rather tricky aspects. This is a square from the Sun to Saturn. Now many astrologers would say this is a distinctly unlucky aspect, or a very difficult one. But it's not so much that, it's the fact that it will bring up issues that are hard to face or hard to deal with. For you this could be extremely difficult because the Sun's in your 3rd house. When the Sun is in the 3rd, you are a little bit low, you do feel a little bit depressed sometimes. And also with Saturn in the 12th house, this could affect you on an unconscious level as well. So there may be things that come up from the unconscious or into your mind with this aspect that you need to deal with, because these are being highlighted for a reason. They're highlighted because maybe it's a weakness and you need to work on this and develop this. Now there's another aspect that Neptune makes, a positive aspect to the Venus Black Moon conjunction we was talking about. Now this will incline you to maybe want to escape and not face these issues, retreat from the world, but this is not the way to do it. You need to face this aspect between the Sun and Saturn and confront any issues. On the 3rd, Mercury makes a square to Jupiter, and both planets are at 29 degrees, so they are very weakened at this degree, so you'll be hard pushed to get anything positive out of this day. Then on the 4th, Mercury moves into Gemini and your 4th house, and as the Venus and the Sun follows, the emphasis over the month will change to the 4th house issues. Then on the 6th there's an unusual aspect because the Sun makes a conjunction with Cupido. Cupido is represented by Cupid, and you know what happens. Cupid, he fires his arrows and you can fall in love very easily. So if you're not in a relationship, you could easily fall for someone on this day. And also there's very intense emotions around because we have Venus making an aspect to Pluto. Pluto's in your 11th house, so friends will be highlighted. There'll be intense emotions either with friends or within group situations that you need to deal with. On the 8th, Venus makes the same square aspect to Jupiter, but again, they're both still at 29 degrees, so this is very weak and there's not much energy in this aspect. On the 9th, Venus moves into the 4th house in Gemini and joins Mercury, and we'll wait for the Sun to join later on. On the 10th, we have our second difficult, tricky aspect to handle, and this is Mars making a sextile aspect to Uranus. Now this will cause you to be unsettled in your mind. Mars and Uranus, though it's a positive aspect, it causes a lot of restlessness and maybe a little bit of rebelliousness, that you don't want to do certain things, you're bored of your routine, so you want to do different things. This lasts for 4 days. On the same day though, on the 10th, we have a great aspect between Mercury and the Moon's North Node. Now if you can concentrate enough, it's a good time to plan your path ahead, to strategize, and a good time to listen to others, listen to your gut feelings, and listen to any inner voices that are telling you things, because this is the time when you really need to align yourself with the North Node so you can go forward. Venus and the Sun will both make this aspect later on in the month, so if you can get things started with Mercury, that would put you on the right track. On the 11th we have a new moon. The new moon is in Taurus and it's in your third house. Now this isn't the most exciting new moon you can have. The third house is to do with our daily business. It's about communications, it's about writing letters and contacting people, filling out forms. It's more of the mundane stuff really. So this is not extremely exciting new moon for you, but it is good to learn new things with this new moon. Take on new information or research something that you're interested in. It's good to be a more positive aspect for you. Being in Taurus, it's good to connect with nature. It's good to get outside, do some gardening or go for a walk in the park, something that will connect you with Mother Nature. There is also on the same day conjunction with the Black Moon Lilith, so there could be something come up from the past. It may be a fear that you need to be aware of. If it does come up and surface, you'll know what it is and you'll know it come from the shadow side, and you need to look at that and see where you can make adjustments to cope with this fear that comes up. On the 12th, it'll be a good day to turn your mind to spiritual matters. You'll be very much enlightened by anything that you learn today. The Sun makes a positive aspect to Neptune. Neptune's in your first house, Sun is in your third house of the mind. So it's a good day to expand and grow the mind through the spiritual side. You'll be very intuitive. You'll be able to understand and link in with other people's feelings, and there's a lot of good you could do on a day like this to help other people. Mercury also makes a good aspect to Saturn, so you'll be able to counsel people as well. Then on the 14th, your co-ruler Jupiter moves into your sign Pisces, and it's a little taster for you. It'll be in Pisces for a couple of months, and then it'll go back into Aquarius again, retrograde. But this is going to be great because over next year Jupiter will be in your sign for a whole year, and then in April 2022 there'll be a fantastic conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune, your two rulers, in your sign, and this is something great to look forward to. So in the meantime, the Sun makes a positive aspect on the 16th to Pluto, and Pluto's in the 11th house. This is a time to take action. This is a time to reform and change things that need changing. So you need to look at your goals for the future, you need to look at your involvement in groups and your involvement with friends and see what needs changing, what needs reforming, and then get on and do it. Between the 17th and the 19th, Venus makes three positive aspects. Remember, Venus is now in your fourth house. The first aspect is to the North Node, whereas a conjunction, we saw Mercury making that conjunction a little bit earlier, and the Sun will make one later on. Now with Venus, this is a time to align your future plans with your deepest desires, and see what it is that you really want out of life, and how you can shape that and move forward on your path with those desires. Now also, the home could be affected because this is in your fourth house. So it could be that you have desires to move or to change something about your home, and this will help you to align with that energy. The second aspect is to Chiron, which is in your second house. So this could be a wound regarding finances of money that comes up from the past that you can heal. It's also a day when you'll be able to see the good in everything, because this is a lovely aspect for seeing beauty even where there is ugliness. Then the last aspect is a bit more of a mundane one, because it's a trine aspect to Saturn. Now, Saturn's in your unconscious. This is a more difficult one to work with. There could be unconscious issues to do with authority figures or father figure that may surface from come up from the unconscious, and you need to look at these and deal with these. But this makes also for a very practical day that you can get on and do things. On the 21st, the Sun moves into Gemini and makes a square aspect to Jupiter. Jupiter, as you know, has just moved into your sign of Pisces. This is a fantastic aspect. This is a good start to Jupiter's entry into your sign, because this is a aspect where you can really get on and do things now. Jupiter wants to improve your world, wants to help you to grow and expand, and will give you the opportunities to do so. Also with the Sun, you get a burst of creative energy coming through. Now, Jupiter's in your first house, the Sun is in your fourth, so again there's an emphasis around the home and also your feelings of security, and Jupiter will be able to bolster this and give you a lot of confidence that you may have been lacking over the past. Mercury makes an aspect to Neptune as well. Neptune's also in your first house, so this will improve communication matters on that same day, and you'll be able to communicate well and also on an intuitive level as well. Then on the 23rd, Saturn is retrograde, the second planet to go retrograde. Now Saturn is in your 12th house. Now the responsibilities of Saturn retrograde in the 12th and the lessons to be learned are those of a spiritual nature. You need to develop your spiritual side as well as your outer side, so you've got to balance the two as well. So your inner world and your outer world need to be in balance. This is the lesson of Saturn in the 12th house. On the 25th, we have a fantastic conjunction in your sign Pisces. It's Neptune conjunct Pallas. Now, your ruler Neptune works very well with Pallas. They combine very, very well together. You can get divine inspiration and fantastic insights with these two together. What you have the creativity and imagination of Neptune, and you have the strategy, planning and wisdom of Pallas. So you can solve your problems with this aspect. This lasts till the 4th of June, so there's plenty of time to work with this energy. You can have fantastic insights. You can have a heightened awareness, heightened psychic sense as well. So your intuition will be more finely tuned. Also, you'll be able to discover hidden talents you didn't even know you had and develop them under this influence. Now, there's a couple of difficult days to be aware of between 26th and 29th, because the conjunction is squared by Venus and then by Neptune. So there could be a couple of hold-ups or delays in your plans, which is just a little stumbling block, something that you need to overcome. And you can tune in. This is good for any kind of art, any visualizations. It's good for putting forth designs, plans for the future. It's such a great aspect. You will love this. On the 26th, we have our first eclipse of the year, and this eclipse is a total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. The eclipse belongs to the Saros 5 North series, which is known for bringing hunches, inspiration, messages through dreams or visions. And if you get any of these, you have to take notice of them. You have to act on them. It's in your own interest. Now, the full moon is in Sagittarius, so this is about freedom to grow and expand, which way you like. And don't forget, this full moon is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter's already in your first house, so there's added benefit to this. And also, the full moon's in your 10th house. This is a time now when you could be thrust into the limelight. This is to do with your public standing. This is to do with your career or your path, destiny forward. And then the added bonus to this is that the Sun conjuncts the North Node. So this will fill you with creative energy. This will empower you to line yourself with your future destiny. This is all very good news for you, Pisces. This is a great month for you. On the 29th, Mars, who's in fellow water sign of Cancer, makes a positive aspect to those Neptune Pallas conjunction in the first house. Mars has another dimension of creativity coming from the 5th house. This is practical creativity that Mars is bringing to this equation, so you can add this into the mix and you can achieve a lot with this. It also will help your intuition and your compassion with other people, being in Cancer. Then the last planet going retrograde this month is Mercury. Now we all know Mercury has a bad name for going retrograde, but you can still work with the energy when it's going retrograde. Mercury's in your 4th house, so this is time to get balance in your life when Mercury's in this position. This is a time to be more positive and be more spiritually uplifting with your dealings with others. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please subscribe, and if you'd like to give me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.